Go down here. Yeah.
You got you, bro.
You need to calm the fuck down. Why are you so skinny? What's going on?
Any questions on that?
What are you doing with the collar tie hand to get it off of your neck?
This?
Yeah. So I'm finding as I pull down, they keep the hook on.
Yeah, so you're probably not snapping at the wrist. So if I push in and I snap at the bent part of his arm, hold on a minute. It's not gonna, you're not gonna clear it. If you snap at the wrist, you're gonna clear that off your head every time.
Do
you want to come out and have a feel?
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna push in. I'm gonna slide this to the wrist to clear the collar tie.
Brilliant. Thank you.
All right, guys. Next, now we're gonna get into a football grip. So partner collar ties. Now I'm gonna grab the wrist, right? Thumb down. So my 4 fingers are on the inside of his arm. Thumb down. All right. If I grab it normal, he's gonna wrist roll me. All right. If I go thumb down, there's no way for him to roll his wrist. So I'm gonna take the hand over my head like I'm brushing my hair, clubbing the head, catching the chin, all right? So I push in, guys. I'm using my collar tie hand, pushing in, creating space, rolling the wrist off my head, club, catch the chin. His head's directly center of my chest, chin on the back, and my elbows are pinched around his face. Here, and then I'm just gonna keep control of the head, sag back, all right? One more time. Pushing in with the collar tie hand, rolling the wrist off my head, club, catch the chin, keeping the head directly center, my chest on his back of his neck, chin on the back, getting his hands to the mat, all right? One more time. Wrist roll, club, pull him to the mat. Any questions? All right, let's try it. Clap 1, 2, 1, 2. So I see some of you guys still are trying to snap at the bend of the arm, all right? You gotta make sure you slide down to that wrist. But did that help? Anybody? Yeah. Cool. All right, I'm gonna show you my favorite way to get to the front headlock. This time, we clear the wrist. I'm gonna circle right, make him step with his right foot. I'm gonna inside foot sweep his foot. I'm gonna kick it basically with the flat part of my foot. The only reason I'm kicking it, guys, is I'm trying to cause him a reaction. I want him to step back, all right? So I circle, get him to step, I kick the foot, and then I snap to the front headlock. All right? You guys can start with the wrist, right? You don't have to start with the wrist control. If you're gonna kick, if you have the right arm, you're gonna kick the right foot with your right foot. If you have the left, it'll be left, all right? So I want him to circle with his right foot, so I'm gonna circle right and pull this wrist. Kick the foot, snap. All right, you guys wanna snap him down as he's stepping back. So try to time it. As he's stepping back, I'm pulling him into the front headlock. Circle right, kick the foot, snap to the football grip. Circle, kick, snap. All right? Really simple, but really effective. Right? Let's try it. Clap 1, 2, 1, 2. How to shoot it from the way?
Yeah. Like the snap symbol?
Yeah.
We'll have to check the time. Doesn't matter.
All right, I'm gonna show you guys one more way to get to the front headlock. This time it's say the person shoots on you, single leg and get your leg up in the air. What we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna go wizard. So I'm going in the armpit. I'm grabbing the far elbow, stomping my foot to the mat. Now I'm gonna hop in, I'm gonna kick the inside of his thigh, I'm gonna whip him to a front headlock. All right, so partner shoots, head on the inside, not head on the outside. Head on the inside, get the wizard, get the elbow, stomp, kick, and whip to the front headlock. So when I whip him, guys, I'm kicking and I'm kind of swinging him in like a half circle. So he shoots, wizard, stomp. No. Right to the wizard. Pull the elbow up, stomp the foot, kind of hop into it, kick the inside of the thigh, whip him in a circle. So this is what it would look like. All right, any questions? All right, let's try it. Clap 1, 2, 1, 2. Any of that? All good.
You sure?
When you stamp the leg down, do you leave it in or do you take it out and then step it back in?
So I replace my foot. He's in on the shot, I stomp it. I put this foot where this foot is. Then I kick him. If you try to kick out here, now you're way off balance. So I kind of hop into it. Another thing, guys, you guys can hop all the way in and throw them if you want. But for now, we're just going to work on getting to the front headlock.
Guys, let's do that foot replacement one more time. I think a lot of people were kind of caught in that just lifting. Okay, so let's do it one more time and replace it. Remember, you're not going, you're just clearing it. Go for the throw. Do a couple more of those, then get them in the front headlock, and then we'll move on, okay? Just a couple more real quick. Okay, you want to see it one more time?
Would you be able to throw it when you go for just the wizard kick? For you to run in front for the front headlock, or would you want to just drag her in front? If that makes sense.
Yeah, show me.
You wanted to show up.
here, when you go, do you want to really drag them forward, or would you come in front as well? Run in front, whip it up.
I kind of whip.
Just whip. So you would always run.
Sometimes I get caught here when I go to throw and I hop into it, and then I come out like that.
That's
Like,
fine like that.
yeah. Let's try it a couple more times, guys. When you stomp the foot, replace your foot. So if you don't really understand that, just do this a couple times. All right, let's do it. Clap 1, 2, 1, 2. You can throw them over your head if you want.
Show us.
All right, good. All right, thanks, Michael. Guys, where's he at? This is Mahmood. I see him. Oh, there you are. Come on out. Guys, Mahmood's a purple belt. And can't be the brown belt now. And there's a lot of DARS stuff. So he's just quickly going to show you a couple small things. I know that everybody knows how to do the DARS, but ask yourself, what is your finishing success rate in the DARS? Is it better than 50%? Okay. A lot of the problems are it gets stuck on your hand. You start to DARS them. They posture up. They get away. You just can't get deep enough. You get tired. I might be talking more about myself, but anyway, it's he's got some good tips real quickly. We'll show you, and then we'll go on. It's just he was with us, so I want to make sure you guys get it in with him. Okay.
Okay, guys. Anyway, you guys get to the front headlock, either from a failed double leg, failed single leg, some of the stuff that Pixley showed you guys. They all work. They're all great. But the main thing is just getting to this front headlock position. If you guys can get here, this is a very, very good position, guys. So from here, guys, the way I like to control, there's so many ways you guys can control it. You guys can use whatever you guys want. The way I like to grab it is chin strap right here, covering the chin, and then I bring my shoulder into this notch area, pressure in right here. Okay, I like to have one knee down, one knee up, and I like to grab my other hand on his tricep and pull it. This is a really good control position, guys. I'm not trying to finish them or anything, but I'm just trying to control them, okay? Right here. It doesn't feel the best for the guy on bottom. So from here, guys, the main problem a lot of people when they go for darts from here is that they try to shoot the darts from here, guys, okay? You need to cut the angle to have enough, to have space for you to shoot your arm in, okay? So from here, we're gonna step, drop the knee, and then we're gonna cut the angle, okay? From here, guys, I'm still not shooting the darts. A lot of people get too excited. They start locking this up, and it's not tight. And then they complain about how short their arms are, and yeah. So from here, guys, the first thing I like to do is I like to grab the neck, okay? Just for a second, just 1 second. From here, I like to switch it to a grip called a 3/4 grip, or I like to call it the bolt cutter grip. Just like so, okay? So the way I like to grip it, guys, is just like a gable grip. Do you guys all know what a gable grip is? So just like the gable grip with the thumbs, I like to move my pointer finger right next to my thumb right here. This is the way I like to grab it. I know a few others that like to grab it. There's so many other ways you can use grips and stuff, but I like to use just like so. This is gonna help me have more dexterity right here when I wrench on that bolt cutter, okay? So when we get into here, guys, my main goal is to bring Spatch onto his shoulder. I wanna knock him down. This is gonna help you enter the darts. Yes, I know, me personally, I like to shoot darts through here, but if you can bring them to their shoulder, that's gonna really, really help you guys get into a really, really tight darts. So from here, guys, we're gonna bring this arm, it has to be on top of the head. This is where you're gonna have more leverage to crank the neck and where the neck is weak. If you go lower, lift up your head, boom. If you go higher, lift up your head. Even if he tries, I just crank him down, okay? Then from here, guys, I'm gonna knock him over onto his left shoulder or right shoulder right here. And then another mistake a lot of people do, guys, is that they stay here and they start shooting the darts into here. This is where people go flat. This is a common problem in darts, guys. From here, guys, I need you guys to continue to keep cranking onto their sides, just like so. They're gonna then try to go flat. No, see, it does not feel good, guys. You're cranking on their neck. If they do try, let's say to go flat, I like to pull them in. I like to suck them in just like so. I like to sink my butt back just like so, okay? This is the hardest part in the position, guys, but if you guys can get that down, it's gonna open up a lot of darts opportunities. So let's say he shoots, fails, I sprawl on him, I grab the chin strap, pressure, pulling on the tricep, I'm controlled, I step, drop the knee, grab the neck, switch to my bolt cutter, knock him down, and don't stop here, I wrench, I sink my butt back. Okay, this is where we're gonna stop right now, guys. We're gonna drill this position, and then from there, I'm gonna show you guys how to get into a darts and get the tightest darts possible you guys can get. Okay? On 2, guys. 1, 2.
Yeah, so just get them onto the shoulder. And roll them from the shoulder. Onto the shoulder.
You have an issue with that? Okay. So, Stachi, can I use someone? You. Thank you. So you're having an issue bringing them down to the shoulder? After you come here, turn. Okay. You grab this, you get your bolt cutter. Are you on top of the head right here? And then I want you to bring his head through this hole. That's the whole point of it. Bring his head and cranking it down on his shoulder, okay? Keeping your chest heavy, because his goal is to go back flat, okay? Other way, yes. That's his, see? Yep, sorry about that. See, that's how tight it should be. You want to make him not want to go there anymore. That's the whole point of this. So then I keep going back, sinking my butt back, and dragging him, cranking on his neck. It should be very, very easy, okay? Worst comes to worst, let's say if there's someone has a thick neck, and you're not, and he's lift up your head, and I feel I'm confident I can break him down, but let's say you can't, worst comes to worst, I just come here, straight to the back. That's the worst thing that's gonna happen. That's what's nice about this move. Okay? Does that answer your question? Any other questions?
What could you do if they belly down? So if they actually turn the other way?
Jake, can you show me? Put you where? This way? You're choking yourself out, right? Yeah. No, that's a good question. There's a lot of reactions, okay? So that's why you gotta keep drilling it, keep working on it, and then you guys will see. You guys gotta talk to your partners and see how does it feel here, how does it feel here, what you could do better. Just follow the details, okay? We're gonna keep drilling it right now. But now we're gonna get into the darts itself. So I broke it, but as I said, guys, that's the hardest part about this move right here. So we come here, step, grab the neck, full cutter grip, I break down pouch, pressure. So from here, guys, I'm gonna use, after I crank as much as I can, bringing his chin to his chest, now I'm gonna be confident to push his head down and weasel this in. For people that are still having trouble weaseling this arm in, I like to open up my chest and weasel it in even more. That's another tip. You don't have to. Like for me, I'm good with this. If you still have trouble, open up your chest. Okay, we're still heavy, we're still tight, okay? From here, guys, I'm gonna let go, grab my bicep, grab the top of his back, and from here, guys, a lot of people like to fall to their hips, boom, control. These legs right here, me personally, I like to just mount right here, okay? From here, guys, I'm still not squeezing yet. It's still super tight already, and I haven't squeezed even a little bit. From here, guys, after you guys lock it up and you're mounted, you're gonna bring both elbows together, you're gonna flex your biceps, and then you're gonna squeeze as tight as you can. And you're gonna do one good squeeze. I don't wanna see any of that squeeze for 2 seconds, let go. Squeeze for 2 seconds and let go. You're gonna do one good constant squeeze, and then it should be either out or they're tapping, okay? So for front headlock, however you guys get here, you're control however you guys want. A step, drop the knee, grab the back of the neck, full cutter, bringing the head through the hole, heavy chest, sinking my head back. I crank that neck, push, insert the arm, grab the bicep, top of the back. If you can't mount, for some reason you can't mount, what you could do, you can just sprawl, do the same thing. Elbows together, flex the biceps, squeeze, and sprawl. And he's tapping. Why I follow all those details, guys, is because a lot of people complain about like crank, and yes, the darts is always gonna have crank, but you wanna have more choke than crank. You wanna try to put him out in case the guy is very tough and he doesn't wanna tap and would rather have his neck snap, you wanna put him out, okay? Or you face a guy, a crackhead on the street, who's not gonna tap the pain, okay? You just put him out and you walk away from the crackhead. Yeah.
All right, guys, real quick.
Yeah.
I got a little exercise for you to do. Okay, so right in front of you, I just want you to grab your friend that's in front of you, not your real person, but your imaginary friend, I want you to grab them in a rear naked choke, okay? So right in front of you, grab the choke. And how would you finish this rear naked choke? So do everything with your head, your arms, everything. So go ahead and finish the choke. This is how you should finish your darce. You would never finish a rear naked choke like this, right? Well, you might, but okay? You're not pulling back. People get into the darce and they pull up, okay? It's like Mahmoud said. Same thing as a rear naked choke. Elbows together, okay? Biceps, elbows together. Get your chin here, okay? Activate your chest. All of those steps are necessary to finish the darce on good people, okay? At the world level, it's like you said, if it hurts, they're just not gonna tap, okay? And you're gonna get wore out. So if this is perfect and you have it, it's not gonna take long, you gotta put them to sleep. So while you're doing this, I want you to think about finishing a rear naked choke. Even though it's a darce, it's the same thought. Elbows together, okay? Activate the biceps is the most important thing. Squeezing the elbows, not here, squeezing the elbows first, okay? So really think about that. It's gonna help your darces major, your anacondas, all that good stuff. All right, sound good?
Any questions? See one more time. Yes? Front headlock, please. Over here. Step. Grab the back of the neck. Crank, crank, crank. Push. Weasel. Mount. My favorite. Or you can sprawl, bring the elbows together, squeeze the biceps, and then squeeze the head off. Tight. Okay? Sounds good. On two, 1, 2.
Once I've sunk, especially bigger guys, once I'm called away through, how do I stop them turning to their back? Especially
Okay,
big
so you gotta keep your chest tight. Okay, couch. Easy one, you can see. Couch, right here. He's a bigger lad, right? Okay. So, not that big, but let's go. So when I come here and they try, I like to keep my chest tight to their shoulder, sink my head back, my butt back, and then I keep cranking on their neck. So try going back. Okay, it's kind of like, it's gonna be more pain, choke, where they're gonna want to go back the other way. Okay, so chest stays glued, sink your butt back, and keep cranking the neck. I always Heath brought up the other day. The front headlock is like the back, and the seat belt is kind of like the bolt cutter. You know, when you're attacking the neck and you feel like attacking the neck is like blocking up the darce. If your darce lets go, you can always go back to the bolt cutter. Like if the couch right here, let's say, I feel like I don't have a tight darce, I can always go back to bolt cutter, get more tight, and then come back. Does that make sense? So it's not like, oh, it's just a one hit move and it's not gonna work. You can always go back. You know, that's why I always focus on getting it as tight as possible and before even squeezing, because I don't want to burn my arms out and then them getting out and then they're going to be very upset that you try to choke them out and they're going to come kick your ass. So to stop that from happening. Yeah. Any other questions?
When you go into mount, are you trying to flatten them out?
No.
Okay.
So I try bringing it in. So right here, right? I mount. I'm right here. See, I'm crunching. I'm still bringing his, because I do this, I'm kind of giving him the slap. Yep, boom. Like, I'm not saying I can't finish, but that's not what I'm trying to do. So right here, elbows together, flexing the biceps, and I squeeze. See how where I am?
Why do you prefer the mount over the one on the side?
I've done, I don't know, I feel like the mount looks cooler and and no, it is tighter and more brutal. Like you can ask anyone, like when I always tell people here, I'm not saying this doesn't work, I do this all the time. But if I had to find the most perfect darce knee, like I always tell people, you can even just stay here, sprawl and finish. You know? But if I had to find the most perfect darce, the best one, then you can just, I feel this is the best right here. And if they do knock you over, then I'm right here. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Blame.
You're doing your job, bro.
Okay. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question, though? Any other questions? Okay.
All right, guys. So we'll just go right to the next thing. Jack, the boss man, he wanted to know about somebody's on couch's back, which is a normal thing. Okay. So Mahmoud is going to jump on couches back here, and he's going to body triangle. This is probably the worst thing to get caught in, and sometimes there's not a whole lot of things that you can do. Okay, so couch is a wonderful escape from here. I don't even know how to do it honestly. He just showed it to me a little while ago. I was pissed that he kept it for himself, but he's going to share it with you guys. I've seen it work tons of times. It's really easy. But this is a position where you're in deep shit. Okay, so couch, you're on.
All right, guys, so first things first, you want to make sure that both your hands are protecting your neck. So whatever arm is on top in the seat belt, you want to have like a 2-on-1 kind of to start. So just near the wrist, near the elbow, instead of pulling it off, which is not going to happen ever, you want to make sure it's just tight to your chest and you're driving your head up and you're strong with your neck, okay? That way it makes it as hard for them to reach your neck, okay, as possible. So I'm not like just putting my chin up and then grabbing his arm to where he could just throw in the choke. I'm pulling his arm down my body and trying to get my head as close, or ideally you want to try to get your head in the direction that's above his head. So just up, and from here, we're just gonna do it like a hip switch. So if he has the body, try to like tighten it up a little bit. So the leg is gonna be back there, so it's gonna be hard to get it from here. So we're gonna switch our hips from here, okay? So all we're gonna do is turn our hips over once, okay? And then I'm just gonna take my knee and bring it on the outside of this top leg. So here, okay? From here, I'm gonna keep one hand for defense around my neck. So I like keeping the wrist. I'm gonna let go with the one I have on his elbow and take it to his ankle, okay? From here, I'm gonna bring both of my feet to my butt here, and I'm just gonna try to push my head as far above his head as I can. So here, okay? When I do that, I'm pulling his ankle up, okay? To keep him from being able to reattach or readjust the body triangle, okay? From here, you have a few different options. You can look to just retain like a guard or like a neutral position where it's like you're in an open guard. For me, I like trying to get my elbow back inside here, okay? I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna use my elbow as a frame on the hip to get back into like a leg lock position and either look for a reattack or look to come back up on top, okay? So here, two hands, one near the, as close, he's gonna have his hands locked like this most likely, so as close to the wrist as you can, and then to the elbow, okay? From here, I'm gonna pull this down and away from my neck. I'm gonna be strong into him with my head, so I'm driving the back of my head into him. From here, I'm just gonna turn my hips over once, a little bit to the inside. I'm just gonna take my knee and switch my hips to where my knee is on the outside of his leg. Here, okay? From here, I'm gonna let go of the elbow, keep the wrist, and switch my hand to the ankle, okay? From here, I'm gonna bring both my feet to my butt and run and try to get my head way, way, way above his head, okay? So I'm pushing off my feet and trying to drive my head as far above his head as I can, okay? From here, I'm gonna keep his wrist, okay? If you can get your back all the way on the mat, and you really just want to clear the back control and kind of reset, you can take, now that you have your back on the mat, you kind of have his bottom leg pinned with your hips, you can take this hand from the ankle to the wrist and look to pass it over. That way you can get back to a neutral position. Because he'll be scrambling back up and trying to get the position back as well. If he leaves his foot there, beautiful. If not, we're back into like an open guard spot, which is, in my opinion, 1,000 times better than somebody being in the body triangle on your back, okay? So, here, wrist, or near the wrist, elbow, I'm gonna pull this down, drive my head into him. From here, I'm gonna like hip switch to get my knee on the outside, okay? When I get my knee on the outside, I wanna bring the ankle as close to my hips as I can. I'm gonna let go of the elbow, keep the wrist, and make a grip on that ankle, okay? The reason I make this grip is so he can't switch his legs or put this hook or stomp on his foot or put this hook back behind my knee to readjust the body triangle, okay? So I'm gonna keep this here, and I'm gonna bring both my feet to my butt and run my head as high as I can. Okay, so here, 1, 2. All right, from here, for me, I like to look, like I said, to get back into an attack immediately. Go back. But if you're looking to just reset the position, I would say let go of this ankle and get the wrist to clear it over your head. Because here, even though I don't have a frame on his hips, he can't re-chase my back if I have a 2-on-1 in this wrist. He has nothing to grab and to pull my shoulders or my hips back up on top of him. Okay? Any questions?
Wow, you guys are good.
All right, 1, 2.
Ankle lock. Okay. You see if somebody, one of my buddies here. This is where they're at.
Nice.
Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, so down here. Okay, guys. So ankle lock position here, right? Good old school ankle lock, foot on the outside. This is all I want you to do. First, we're gonna John Jones elbow. So look, I'm picking this up. Okay, so I'm coming underneath. I'm picking it up, and I'm going to use my elbow to elbow his foot. Okay, so I'm gonna elbow this and make it tight. Okay, so now I'm gonna come down. My next move is to come down, take the elbow to my hip. So pinch, hip, and now you should be able to tap them with no hands, okay, here. If you can't tap them with no hands, you shouldn't be doing straight ankle locks yet, okay? This is the breaking mechanics here. Later on, when you start to learn leg locks, this is what's gonna get you into heel hooks, okay? Not scooping like this, but using this part of your wrist to hook the heel and then get in this position. Then you can break the tibia and the fibia, not hurt the knee, okay? We're getting way ahead of ourselves here, okay? So we're here. I'm gonna lift it up. You're gonna grab like you're getting the ankle lock. John Jones elbow. We're gonna hit the top of these toes. So guys, here, we wanna attack the ankle below these two big goofy knots that are right here, okay? So I wanna pull this out, and this is the part of the foot that we're trying to attack. So what you're doing is you're turning the foot here. Trying to break the ankle up here, you'd have to be very, very strong, okay? So, yeah, like Maman. So we're gonna hook, okay? John Jones elbow here. See, I'm bending this down. Why are you getting scared? Okay, so I'm here, putting it underneath me, hips in, okay? Now up, okay? And finishing. So look, guys. So when I come up, you should be able to drag them around and redo it again. Okay, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, so here, should be able to drag them, and redo it again. So grab your partner, John Jones elbow, all my weight goes on top, elbows. Everybody got it? So look, if you turn to me this way, turn me over, this way, roll to your right.
This way?
Yeah, roll over your right arm. See this, guys? John Jones elbow, this is what it looks like here. So now roll me back. Here. Everybody see it? Hips are forward, this is back, and we're finishing the ankle lock, okay? No hands. Everybody got it?
So can you do that facing this way?
Yeah, but you can come around here too. Okay, I'll help you in a second, okay? Thank you. All right, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Come out here, I'll show you. All right, so for those of you that are over there, okay, so guys, we're here. We're gonna fall back into the ankle here, okay? So they're gonna start to boot, or he's gonna keep this tight. So we have to break this down, okay? This is what we're breaking down, breaking the boot. So I'm gonna come here, break this down, come on top, and we're gonna finish the ankle lock with no hands. When you can finish with no hands, then you can easily finish with hands, right? Okay, so look, here, break it down, here. You should be pinching, okay? Now I should be able to pull him here, and then do it again. Okay, everybody got it?
Is that a good angle for you, Adam?
Thanks, guys. Go ahead. Okay, let me show you, Bob. Thank you. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. So we got this in. Guys, we have gotten into this grip, okay? Short hook, pushing him away, engaging, and make sure, guys, that you are squeezing this knee in, okay? The inside of my knee needs to be up against the outside of his knee here, okay? So, to really answer your question now, we're gonna finish. So guys, I want you to do two things. First, I want you to go back to this one and finish, and I want you to slowly do just like we did on the John Jones. You're gonna come here, don't go on your back, get up. Now go on your side, and I want you to crush. You're gonna get to about right here, okay? Their hips are gonna come up. Does everybody see that? So it's the same one you did before. Push them away, drop this down, and you're gonna crush, okay? Look how close, guys, my elbow. I'm literally dropping it to my hip now. So then we're here, and then I'm crushing it. There's the hips, that means he's proper flucked, right? Okay, so, guys, push him away. Now, here's the big finish. Everybody for years doing ankle locks puts the foot here, okay? I don't like to put the feet anywhere up here because Jacob can re-attack my feet. I don't want him to be able to touch my feet at any time, okay? Because he can do leg drags, he can berimbolo, there's a lot of stuff he can do. And all subs, he can heel hook me, okay? So I don't like to put this up here, and there's all those backwards foot attacks that they do now, the knees, those like that. So we don't need to stick that up here. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna push him away, and we're gonna go in front of his kneecap, which is exactly what they said you couldn't do for 20 years, okay? I'm gonna engage this here, come over the top, and we're gonna clamp on front of his knee. So now, guys, it's me versus this shin down. So the rest of his body doesn't matter anymore. So we got this, no space, here, out, crunch, and now we're gonna go belly down. You're gonna break it about right there, okay? So, guys, from this position, I'm not gonna put it on tight, I'll let go, actually. So, from right here, when this comes over, look, his ankle is up in the air about, he's gonna raise his butt a little bit, and it's up enough to right here. So when I clamp down, it's gonna be like when you were a kid, you put a stick up against the tree and you kicked it to break it. But most of the time you couldn't break it. Yeah, it hurt your foot, right? Well, that was me anyway. Okay, so it's just us versus this once this comes over. So right in front of the kneecap, clamp down. Try to put your foot on the ground, and then we're gonna finish right here. Okay, be careful. It's really, really, really tight, okay?
Is that legal?
100% even at white belt.
Shouldn't be, but it is.
It's just a little bit ahead of the game still. It's one of those things where figuring it out, it's like you're still kind of reaping the knee. And like I said, in the gi, those of you that do gi, you open up the gi here. We're gonna feed to the same side. I like to take this and put my fingers in and then open it up like this, okay? The reason the same side is because this side, if I grab here, it will pull my neck down. On this side, my neck is free. And in the gi, once it's here, I can hand fight now. I don't need two hands. Okay, keys here, guys. Make sure this is pulled as tight as it can be. I want you to take your finger and check and see if you can get anything in between his foot and your bicep, okay? Any questions? Need to see it again, or you got it? All right. Who was that? Okay, so we're here. Grab the ankle lock. First thing, guys, I'm gonna grab and I'm gonna pull this tight. No space, so I want you to pull it tight. Check, see if you can get your finger in there. If I can't, I'm going to put this in, okay? Here, here, pushing him away. I'm gonna scoot myself back and I'm going to drop my elbow down here. So it's very tight here. Then this leg is gonna come up in front of the kneecap. Here, clamp. If he tries to turn in to me, I would go belly down here. And this is the, so guys, look, without spatch, so it doesn't hurt him. I'm here, I'm going to go here, and all my weight is gonna go on that bone on the outside of my knee. Here, so my butt's gonna go up, so then now I can break the leg, okay? This is gonna come over, and you're gonna scoot like this with it. Once this foot comes over, the rest of his body doesn't matter. You'll be able to feel it's just you, your hips, your back, and your brain against that 12 inches of bone, okay? The tibia and the fibia. Everybody got it? All right, let's do it. Reach cross grip here behind Spatch's leg, okay? So I always have my hands up engaged. I'm gonna reach across. So I'm not gonna reach same side. I'm gonna go between his legs and pull it here. Now I'm gonna pull myself underneath and pull him over me. And then we're gonna go directly into that short hook, okay? So we're here, okay, I'm gonna reach, pull him in, and put it here. So guys, a lot of different things can happen here. If I wanna put him down quickly, all I'm going to do is push, and I'm going to turn my elbow down. Here, okay? So one more time, slow motion here, grab. I'm gonna pull him over me, guys, here. So like I still have this and now I have this. From here, instead of going X guard, I go same side hook. My shin is opening up his leg here, okay? So there's a lot of different sweeps you can do. You can also wrestle up from here. I can just come here, just like, okay, just like X guard stuff. And I can also come back down to here, okay? Stand up. If you're gonna pass, I can lift. You can do the old school sweeps here. And for you kids, you can do the cow terror lock, okay? The cow terror lock is the same thing we're in, and all I'm gonna do is take my knee out and put my knee over.
Tap.
It's also legal at white belt. Here, look guys, really simple. I actually figured out how to get into this because I was so fat, I couldn't do, this is a true story. I couldn't get to this lock. They do it from standing, okay? So, you used to do that.
I know.
What'd you stop?
I broke that kid's foot and it made me sick.
Gross. Okay, so guys, we're here. Same thing. You're gonna take it out, knee from that outside, inside, foot over. And all you're gonna do is tap. Okay, don't break their leg, please. And sue Jack for 40 million.
46.
They can just do 40.
I'll be the witness. 120,000.
All right, so one more time, guys, from the top. Okay, we're here. Reach in, grab. Coming here. Gonna pull him over my body. I would scoot underneath him though, guys. So if he comes all the way over, okay, I would just come and get the foot here. All right, from here, okay, you're gonna turn the elbow in, okay, or go for the cow terror here, guys. Look, once they're down, I want you to finish. So you're gonna go outside, inside, step over.
Tap.
Okay, make sure you drop the elbow here. Okay, here, here. Okay, everybody got it? It's really, really simple. Okay, there's not a lot of movements to it. It should be easy enough. When you learn it, you can teach it to another white belt if you're a white belt. That's a lot of the moves we showed tonight. Okay, one of my worst fears, I was a kid and I saved up all my money and I took a bus for like 26 hours to do a seminar. When you guys got to drive 20 minutes here, you guys are all complaining and shit. In the US, it's just normal to drive an hour and a half, right? So I got on a bus, I drove the 26 hours, and I did a seminar with a really, really big popular guy. And in the seminar, they showed two things. I think I kind of knew one of them, I'm not sure. And then they took pictures and then they left. It was 150 bucks and I was crushed. So I always wanted to be able to come in, if I was ever to be at the level, and show things that I can show him, that if his friend missed a seminar, he can show him. It's really important to me that you guys understand and take things away that's gonna make Jiu-Jitsu in the UK better, and I mean that. So we really enjoy coming over here. Everybody's really hungry, they wanna learn. Great people. It reminds me of back home. It reminds me of Jiu-Jitsu 5 years ago in America, and you guys are coming up at such a fast rate learning. It's really neat to just come over and be a tiny part of it for you guys. So anyway, yeah, I just want to complain for a second. Okay, so let's do this, guys, and then we'll get a picture before everyone starts sneaking out, if that's okay. If you can't be in the picture, just take the picture, okay? So do this real quick, we'll get a picture and then we'll do some training. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's get it in.
talking too, because I'm gonna get the sound out anyway.
Before it's been awful before that when you've been talking and someone's recording and you say the weirdest shit.
I can't because of the YouTube copyright. I can't have the music, so I just put like music over it that you can use. So we can say fuck these dumb cunts, and it won't be in there. Look at this guy. That'd be sick. You would love it at our gym because there's like 3 or 4 girls that are our size, and they're tough. There's one Alita, she's a blue belt, and she beats my ass. So you'd like her, you'd like rolling with her a lot.
I do, so like I say, depending on my job, I will come for like 6 weeks in the summer.
Yeah.
And then try and compete after.
Yeah, like a long camp.
Yeah, basically.
That would be sick. You have my Instagram, obviously. I probably told you this at the other seminar too, but if you ever want to come or whatever, just message me, and we can figure it all out. We'll like pick you guys up from the airport and find you a place to stay, and literally all of that. I mean, if you wanted to come train with us.
Yeah, we do that. That's it. We need to train with as many elite people as possible.
Yeah.
Be so sick.
I want you to come. We started with like 3 girls.
This shit. I'm not doing it.
So name, how long you've been training, and about the gym.
Yeah. Okay. So my name's.
Yeah, you can go.
My name's Jack McGee. I'm from Mad Hatter's Asylum in Chichester. I've been training 22 or 23 years. And I first got into training just because my brothers used to kick me ass. So I started training with them and didn't stop.
And so you've had a couple gyms before this one, right?
Yeah.
So how did you end up getting this gym or starting here?
So yeah, I've basically lived in gyms since I moved back from Brazil years ago. I was like living in gyms, living in rooms, living on sofas, and just training as much as I could. And then I started coaching in 2010. I started Mad Hatters, and it was always small operations and not so busy. And then as I got older and older, it just started growing and growing. And my last gym was quite small. And while it was small, we had a lot of people there. We were saving a lot of money up, and then we managed to put enough money by it to get this gym and set up the dream gym for myself. Really, I'm absolutely buzzing to be here every day. So.
And so this is your third time having the Daisy Fresh seminar.
Yeah.
So how did you meet Heath and get to know him to bring him out here?
So I'm very fortunate to be good friends with Chris Thompson from Grapple Fest, and he hooked me up with Heath first time. He's like, I'll get Heath to come down and do a seminar with these guys. And I was a bit nervous at first because I've seen these guys on TV, and I was like, I hope they like the place. I hope it's, we get to fill it out. And as soon as they turned up, it couldn't have been any different to what I thought. They were so friendly. They just live for the sport, and when people do that, they tend to be good people. So we just hit it off straight away. And they've been here 3 times now, and every time they've shown something new. They know everything about me. They know my missus' name, my kids' names. They generally have an interest in people. All good people.
Was this seminar any different in any way than the other ones?
Yeah, this seminar was great. So the funny thing is that the last time they teach, I was thinking, what if they go over the same stuff and people pick up on it? And they never do. Sometimes it's a follow-on from the other stuff or completely different. But yeah, there's such variety in what they teach. It's class. And most of my students have come to every single one of them and loved every single one of them. So it's a good following.
And if you've gone to any other seminars, what do you think is the difference between these ones compared to those?
The energy. So I've said it before, like when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of skating, like extreme sports and skating, and I was into the like hoax things. I used to go around in Winnebago, all skating together. And this is kind of like the Jiu-Jitsu version of that. And it's just the energy. When the guys turn up, they're pumped to be here. They want to train with the guys. They're itching to pass on knowledge, and that just shows itself as soon as they step in the room. So brilliant.
Okay.
Right, hold on. I've got a fucking vest on. I'm like a fucking rugby. Well, I'm not pike yourself.
So I guess why you started Jiu-Jitsu and why you did a marathon.
Right, why did I start Jiu-Jitsu? Because they started Jiu-Jitsu 6 months before me, about 8 years ago, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that. Is this your son?
That's my son, he's Billy. How old are you now?
27, mate.
27, yeah. So I started Jiu-Jitsu just to keep up with him. And while they was teenagers, it brought us really close. Why I done the marathon? Tommy, who's not here, is in Vietnam. He wanted to do a marathon. All 3 of us done a marathon. So that was it.
Really? What? There's got to be something. Why did he send me over here? If you want to share, you don't have to.
Is that on?
Yeah, it's on.
I can't. Because, if you want to know the truth, I've got cancer. And it's gone from my throat to my lungs, and that's why Tommy wanted to do a marathon while I still can do a marathon.
Holy shit.
So that's the reason why.
You did a marathon?
Yes.
Holy shit.
That's the reason why. And
That's incredible.
Yes, but that's why.
Wow. And how was the marathon?
It was hard work. Them 2 went on the piss for 3 days before I was home.
Holy shit.
I had the good sense not to drink on the Friday night. And these lot come through the door at 5 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, and we had to run the marathon on Sunday morning. So.
Did you all finish?
Yeah, we did.
Finished at the same time.
Really? Oh, so you ran all.
Yeah, 4 hours 35 or something.
And you ran the whole thing together.
Yeah, whole thing together.
Nice.
It's quite emotional. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Did you guys get any video of it?
What?
You get any video of it? Did anyone record it?
No, I've got some photos and all that. It was very nice, very touching. It was all good.
Cool.
So.